The 1931 China floods. In 1931, heavy snowmelt, months of rainfall, and a strong El Niño pushed the Yangtze, Yellow, and Huai rivers beyond capacity. At its peak, the Yangtze carried 92,600 cubic meters of water per second, over twice its seasonal average. More than 70,000 square miles of central China went underwater, including Nanjing and Wuhan. Between 1 and 4 million people died, many from famine and cholera that followed. Losses in today's terms exceed $60 billion, and the disaster reshaped China's irrigation strategy for decades. This tragedy set the template for large-scale flood management efforts in the 20th century. The 1970 Bhola Cyclone. On November 12, 1970, Cyclone Bhola struck East Pakistan, now Bangladesh, with winds of 115 miles per hour. A storm surge over 30 feet high swept across exposed islands, drowning hundreds of thousands who had no warning. Fatalities reached 300,000 to 500,000, making it the deadliest tropical cyclone on record. Agricultural losses topped 3.6 million tons of rice, devastating food supplies. The political fallout from the slow response fueled the Bangladesh Liberation War the next year. Hurricane Katrina 2005. Katrina made U.S. landfall on August 29, 2005, with winds of 125 miles per hour. Levee failures flooded 80% of New Orleans, displacing 1.2 million people. The storm killed 1,836,000, destroyed 300,000 homes, and cost $125 billion in damages, the costliest U.S. natural disaster to that point. Investigations later confirmed engineering failures as the main cause of the city's devastation, forcing major reforms in FEMA and flood defense planning. The 2008 Cyclone Nargis. Cyclone Nargis hit Myanmar's Irrawaddy Delta on May 2, 2008, with winds of 131 miles per hour and a storm surge 25 miles inland. Entire villages disappeared overnight. More than 140,000 people died or went missing, while 2.4 million required aid. With $10 billion in damages, nearly half the country's GDP, the storm wrecked Myanmar's rice production. The junta's refusal to allow immediate foreign aid deepened the disaster's toll and fueled political unrest. The 2010 Haiti quake rain crisis. The January 2010 earthquake killed over 220,000 in Haiti, but the weather worsened the aftermath. Tropical rains that September triggered deadly floods in tent camps, while cholera spread through contaminated water. By year's end, 820,000 infections and nearly 10,000 more deaths followed. Combined losses exceeded $14 billion, and international aid often stalled. Haiti became a case study in how cascading disasters multiply damage where infrastructure is already weak. The 1998 Hurricane Mitch. Hurricane Mitch stalled over Central America in October 1998, unleashing up to 75 inches of rain in Honduras and Nicaragua. Flash floods and landslides destroyed villages and bridges. The storm killed 11,000, left 8,000 missing, and caused $6 billion in losses, nearly Honduras's entire GDP. 70% of crops were wiped out, requiring over a decade of recovery. Mitch highlighted the disproportionate impact of slow-moving storms on poorer nations. The 2013 Typhoon Haiyan. On November 8, 2013, Typhoon Haiyan struck the Philippines with winds of 195 miles per hour, the strongest landfalling cyclone ever recorded. A 20-foot surge in Tacloban City destroyed 90% of coastal buildings. The storm killed 6,352,000, displaced 4.1 million, and cost $14 billion in losses. With 33 million coconut trees destroyed, farmers lost their livelihoods. Haiyan reshaped Philippine disaster policy and became central to global climate discussions. The 2019 Cyclone Idai. Cyclone Idai hit Mozambique on March 14, 2019, with winds of 115 miles per hour and weeks' worth of rainfall compressed into days. Beira, a city of 500,000, was 90% destroyed. Over 1,300 died, and 3 million needed aid. Agricultural losses exceeded 700,000 hectares, driving food shortages for months. At $2.2 billion in damages, Idai was one of Africa's costliest disasters and shifted cyclone risk assessments southward into regions once thought safe. The 2010 Russia Heatwave. From June to August 2010, Russia's worst heatwave in 130 years drove Moscow temperatures above 102 degrees Fahrenheit. Wildfires burned 2.5 million hectares, and smog doubled the city's daily death rate. An estimated 56,000 died, while wheat crop failures cost $15 billion and spiked global grain prices by 60%. The heat wave proved how extreme temperature events can destabilize both national health and international markets. The 1887 Yellow River Flood. After weeks of rain, the Yellow River broke its dikes in 1887, flooding 50,000 square miles in northern China. Water depths reached 23 feet across the plains. Up to 2 million died, mostly from famine and disease, making it one of history's deadliest floods. Entire towns were erased, while reconstruction strained Qing dynasty finances. The event cemented the Yellow River's reputation as China's sorrow and pushed flood control to the center. If you enjoyed this, I'm going to be posting a lot here. I would greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe. Thanks for watching.